Hey guys, welcome to another episode of the Making of Evelina Smiles. I'm your co-host, Ashley Hovez. Thank you guys for listening. We really do appreciate all the love and support over the years. Find us on all the socials. They will be linked in the show notes below. It's been a while since I've recorded with Rich. So let's catch you up. There were some delays and setbacks the week before his soft opening. Pressure is definitely a privilege, as Dr. Rich says. Training is underway at the bank conference room. Systems and playbooks are being built from scratch. 300 patients were already on the priority list before the doors opened. Profit sharing, Rich teased this a bit, but tabled it until he could walk through it with his own team. And it's been almost 2 months, so a lot has happened. Let's catch up. Hey, Rich, so good to see you. How have you been?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing well. It was so nice to catch up with you in person. Isn't it so fun to like
Yeah.
finally meet people in real life? I know we've had so many hours of conversations, but I feel like once you're in the same room, it's so different. Do you get that feeling?
Yes and no. Like I felt like you know how sometimes you don't know what to expect when you're meeting somebody for the first time. I didn't get that with you and Brian. It was just like it was. I
Oh,
know. I know it was the first time we were meeting in person, but it didn't feel like it.
good. Well, good. That makes me so happy to hear. And I told Rich, so we had dinner at a resort. So we were both there for a conference, but I had dinner plans or in mind for us to go off site. So we went to a really nice resort. And then they brought out a birthday cake at the end. And Rich is like, wait, what are we celebrating? I was like, oh, well, it's my birthday, but I like to tell everybody that it's my birthday, like every single time we go out. So I think I've celebrated my birthday like 12 times at every restaurant.
No, that's a good plan. There's one restaurant in town here that we were at one time, and my mom was visiting, and it was around the time of my dad's, he's passed, but it was around the time of his birthday. So like we celebrated his birthday even though he wasn't with us, but I still get like, you know, it, come join us for your birthday cards and stuff like that from them.
Oh, that's so sweet. No, I mean, might as well live it up, right?
Yeah, might
It's
as
like the
well.
birthday month. It's a birth month, I think.
Yeah,
And
there
same
you go.
goes with wedding anniversaries too. Just
Yeah.
celebrate your wedding anniversary whenever. When did you and Trish get married?
July 23rd, 2005.
My gosh, you guys have been together for a minute. That's
Yeah.
amazing. Awesome. Well, it's good to see you, your face, obviously, every time we record, but nice to meet in person. All right, you ready to do this? We're going to start with a this or that.
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay, let me pull it up. Colin works very hard on these. Shout out to Colin. Okay, phone on the nightstand or across the room?
Currently, it's on the nightstand.
Are you charged to 100 every night or do you charge it when it dies?
I charge to 100 every night.
Yeah, me too. Park close or take the first spot?
I'm always park away and walk.
Yeah. And do you read the instructions first or just try it and see what happens?
I'm usually a try to see what
See what
happens.
happens.
Yeah.
Nice. Okay, so my answers are like identical. My phone is on my nightstand. I charge to 100 every night. And I like to park far and walk, get some extra steps in. And instructions, do they even offer those? I don't even, that's like the first thing I toss out. But anything that is too long in general, they, Colin and Brian said they're going to make a shirt for me that says TLDR, too long didn't read. That's like my mantra in life. If there's too many words on a page, I will most likely not read it.
I've
So
gotten some stuff recently that they don't even have the instructions in there. They just have a website or like a
a
QR
QR
code.
code. Yeah.
Mhm.
I think
Yeah.
it's for the age of ADHD where people are just not going to read anything.
I don't really like that at restaurants though. Like when you go to restaurants and they don't have menus, I kind of like to look at the menu. I don't really like to scan it and look on my phone.
Yeah, I'm the same. I feel like having a menu in front of you, it just feels more luxe, even if it's not like a super fancy restaurant. It just feels like, okay, they put effort into this.
Yeah. Well, I like to look at everything at one time too. I don't like to
Oh.
scroll, you know?
Wait, do you like pictures of food too on the menu?
No, I
No.
don't do that. No, the only place I really go where they still do that is like when you go get Chinese, you know?
Yep. All the
Yeah.
Asian restaurants.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so let's catch the audience up. It's been a while since we last recorded, and I already recorded like a recap before you came on, Rich. But basically, we were gearing up towards your soft opening.
We're open.
You're open. Congrats. So, when was the official first day?
The official first patient was July 22nd. Yeah.
July
We're
22nd.
coming up on a month here.
Oh my gosh. So,
Yeah.
how did everything go?
All the patients have been great. A lot of them are patients that I've seen in past at other practices, which is makes you feel really good that they waited to come see you.
Yeah,
Um, everybody's been super polite, super happy. All patients have been great. They've had a good experience. We've done our best to provide a good experience.
nice.
So yeah, everything's been great as far as patients and seeing everybody. But with a startup, you have your growing pains and like things that don't work every single day, and we're just kind of going through it. And I think that's the main reason why we haven't done a ton of marketing yet, is because we wanted to get in the space, feel things out, see what was working, get into a routine. Because even though everybody here has dental experience,
Yeah.
you're in a new space, you have new software, you have new equipment. They haven't worked with me before, so it's getting the feel for how I like things done, the whole learning how to dance together when it comes to hygiene visits, working with a new assistant work with a new doc, all
Yeah.
those things.
Can you walk us through like how many patients you saw on the first day? And I kind of just want to recreate that day because there's so much buildup, right? Like you bought the land, you did a ground up construction, took how long? 2 years? A year and a half?
The whole thing from start to finish, from when I bought the land, was about 15 months.
Okay.
Yeah,
So it's like this,
probably two. I mean, from the time I started shopping the land, it was probably 2 years, but construction took about 10 months.
which is really fast, incredible. And okay, so obviously there was this long runway for buildup. So walk us through the planning, the preparation, how many patients are on the schedule, and did you open it up to just friends and family first as a dry run through?
We started by reaching out to the patients that were on our priority list that had registered from our landing page when we
Okay.
set that up. And so we contacted them to let them know that we were open. We treat every patient, whether they've seen me in the past or not, as a new patient. So every one of the patients that's coming through our office right now gets 90 minutes to have their x-rays and scans done, meet the hygienist, give them a tour of the office. We usually take a picture just for fun. All those good things, catching up if they're a patient that I've seen in the past. Nothing feels rushed, and that's purposeful. So we are probably seeing anywhere from, I don't know, 4 to 8 patients a day. Some days are really slow and they're spread out. Some days have been super productive, and I wouldn't say full, but with only a team of 4 people, it feels busy.
Mhm. Yeah, yeah.
It's not. So yeah, on the very first day, we really only had one patient because we just opened up the afternoon. And then the second day we saw, because the 22nd was a Wednesday, and then
Mhm.
on the 23rd, which was a Thursday, we saw I think 5 or 6 patients that day. And
Nice.
so it felt good to be able to see so many people in one day.
Now,
I know that's not a lot, but
that's a lot.
for yeah, only your first full day.
That is incredible,
Yeah.
honestly. I remember our first day at the Folsom office, like my first day ever seeing patients. We had 3 or 4 patients on the schedule, but every new patient was taking 2.5. hours, and we were running into, because everybody was, that we had tech issues, we had software issues. Nobody really understood the actual systems. Was that your experience too, or did you have enough run throughs with your team to figure out all of the hiccups?
We haven't had too many hiccups, and I mean that's me coming from almost 20 years of experience of knowing like what a true shutdown could look like, you know?
Yeah.
But I mean, we've had some internet issues. We're using T-Mobile right now as a bridge until we get hooked up with our AT&T fiber, which should be in the next couple days. They were in my office the other day. So I was so happy to see the guy. I was like, first I introduced myself, I said, hey, and then I asked somebody at the front desk, I was like, who's that? They're walking back to the IT room. They're like, it's AT&T. I'm like, oh my gosh, let me go hug this guy because I was so happy to see him.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So
Um, yeah, that and just some issues with our software.
what software issues have you encountered?
The cloud-based software, sometimes it seems like there's some glitches with the imaging, and we've run into that a couple times.
Gotcha. But it's been resolved since, Rich.
It's day to day. Most days it works smooth, but
Yeah,
most days it works smooth. But I really don't know if it's necessarily something that's broken that needs to be fixed or if it's just a connection issue right now.
gotcha. Gotcha. So hopefully after your fiber internet gets fully installed
Yeah,
and integrated, everything is going to run like a champ. Now, do you
yeah,
take, so for can you break down the 90-minute new patient experience for us?
yeah. As soon as they get here, the very first room that they pass is our CBCT.
Okay.
So most of our patients get a CBCT. Then they walk back, meet our hygienist. Hygienist will take full set of x-rays and do a intraoral scan with the iTero Lumina. Um, and the reason why we like the iTero Lumina, it's kind of our hygiene workhorse scanner. We just like that it presents the whole arch of teeth to the patient. It can show the bite. It allows you to highlight the tooth, which on like the cartoon image, but allows you to highlight the tooth on the cartoony image and show a real photo of the tooth. So it's almost like you basically, through your scan, you've taken multiple images with the
Mhm.
intraoral camera of every single tooth too. So it's really nice for when you're educating patients about what you're seeing going on in their mouth for them to see all the teeth rather than just one single tooth and not knowing where that is in their mouth. And then it also allows you to say, hey, you know, this is how your teeth are coming together. This is where the wear has occurred over time. So it helps you to communicate that, you know, this isn't just a one-off instance. Your teeth are working as a team. This is the damage that has been occurring for years and years. I'm sorry no one has told you this, but this is what we can do to fix it. So it's a real game changer. I think that that's super important. And then the hygienists will take their measurements and everything. If there's something that falls into our protocol for them to require more than just a cleaning, we'll have that conversation with the patient. I'll verify the diagnosis, you know, with the hygienist, and we'll talk to the patient about what they need beyond just a prophy.
So hygiene is leading your new patient experience.
Yeah, yeah. We just it was probably three weeks. It wasn't until the third week till we put a, you know, we're open sign and that we actually started to put some money towards some Google ad spend. So we're also getting on the insurances that we're in network with. That takes time to populate on their lists for people to know whether or not we're in network, if that's important to them. So we haven't done too much marketing or, you know, letting the community know other than drive-bys that we're open. So that was purposeful because we didn't want to be overwhelmed with patients right off the bat. But now we're starting to put a lot more money into marketing and such. So we're looking for that to pick up.
Nice. I just want to ask you about your Lumina, the iTero Lumina. Did you use the other iTero scanners before, like the older models?
I did. Yeah.
And was there a significant jump in the quality of the scans that you noticed?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Lumino is, yeah, far better than the previous model.
Do you remember off the top of your head how much the Lumina is and the monthly subscription fee?
Not off the top of my head. I know I should know that. I, um, it's part of my equipment financing because I have a Prime scan as well because
Mhm.
that's my restorative workflow for Emax, Lisi Press, Zirconia for our in-house posterior crowns. We still send out smile makeover cases to Williams Dental Lab,
Nice.
and we think they're great. But for individual posterior crowns, we do that's our workflows in-house milling.
Gotcha. And do you do a lot of Invisalign cases?
We actually don't do Invisalign. So even though I
Okay.
have the Lumina, we work with it's called B Smile.
B
Um,
or V?
Besmyle.
Oh, okay. I am not familiar with that. What's
The
the difference?
product the product is it's a 3M product, but it's B Smile I plan the cases with an orthodontist. His name,
Nice.
yeah, Dr. Stout. We've just done a lot of cases in the past, and it's a good workflow. And the pricing is, I think, is good.
It's better.
Yeah, it's a little less expensive than Invisalign, but I just like the collaboration with the orthodontist aspect of it.
Nice. And they accept the Lumina STL files?
Yeah, the Lumina is open. You're not limited to just doing Invisalign with it. So I don't know if it was always like that with previous iTero scanners or not. Because really, in my previous practice with our iTero scanner, we really just had it for as a secondary scanner, and I was doing a lot of Invisalign before
Gotcha.
we got away from that.
Gotcha. Okay. So going back, do do your new patients get a prophy if they qualify for a prophy on that first? So that 90 minutes, there's 60 minutes of that is theoretically a prophy.
Yeah.
And are you finding that 30 minutes is enough to do all of your records and talk about treatment plans?
Most of the time, we've run a little bit behind. I've gotten pretty good with hygienists as far as how those conversations go and having them use the time when they're working on the patients to talk about some of the things. And
Yeah,
I will take a look at the scan and the X-rays while the hygienist is working. And what I'll often do is just drop a little note or put it on the message within our PMS for them to look at to let them know what I'm seeing on some of the teeth so they can start to have that conversation with the patient to let them know that there's some specific teeth that I'm going to be talking to them about when I come in to do the exam. That way, they're not hearing it for the first time when I walk in, which I
gotcha.
think is usually really good
Yeah.
because they're already prepared for it. And then while they're waiting for me, even though right now, because we're not that busy, they're really not waiting on me that long. But and this will pull up the X-ray or the intraoral image of the most pressing matter,
Hmm.
just so it's there for them to look at and think about until I get in there.
Gotcha. No, are you also taking extra oral photos on patients?
No, we don't do full face photos like with DSLR cameras. We only incorporate those if we're doing something aesthetic, like of a smile makeover with veneers, or we'll do it for our ortho cases as well.
Gotcha. Gotcha. Just to
I feel like when you incorporate that in, it's too much. I think it's great if you can get all that done in an hour and a half, but
that's a lot.
most of my patients, if they're scheduling their new patient exam, they are typically wanting to have something done to their teeth, even if it's just a polish. So even patients that we have the conversation that we need to bring you back for scaling and root planning, a lot of times we'll still do like a polish that day just so that they feel a little bit better when they leave.
Gotcha. Nice. Awesome. And what is your system for starting to collect patient reviews? Have you incorporated that yet?
Yeah, we're just talking about it, asking patients. We in our morning huddle every morning we flag the patients that have Gmail accounts
Okay.
because those are the low hanging fruit for those. Um, and we'll have the conversation when they leave. Right now, we're trying to just as something fun is we have like a little logo wall that we'll take a picture with most of our patients in front of, or we'll ask them if they would take a picture. Everyone that we have asked has said yes, but we'll ask if we can tag them and ask them to leave us a review. We've tried to get to where we're having them leave the review before they leave the office, but it's just a routine we need to get into.
Are Have you heard that reviews can get flagged if it's coming from the same vicinity?
Yeah, I've heard that two different ways. I think it used to be a bigger deal than it is now.
Okay.
Um, I'm pretty sure as long as it's coming from their own device, like I think it's a bigger deal. Like if you had a computer or a workstation set up where everybody's leaving this review from.
Gotcha.
Um, but you're asking the wrong guy.
You're not paying for a third party software to
No,
generate.
not
Okay.
right now. No, I think that through CareStack, our PMS, I think that you can send out those review requests, but we don't have it set to automatic where every single patient gets one.
Gotcha. Only the patients who really liked you, right?
Yeah. Well, I mean, there's some strategy to that, right? Thankfully, we haven't had any of that yet, but you don't
Yeah.
want somebody we would rather know personally if someone has had a bad experience rather than them just air it out on Google.
Yeah. No, for sure. Hey, friends, I just want to give some love to Net32 for supporting this episode. If you're a practice owner like me, you know the back end of running a dental office isn't always sexy, but it is necessary. Net32 is an online marketplace where you can compare brands, vendors, and prices all in one place. That means you're not overpaying or wasting time. And when you're building a startup or juggling multiple practices, every dollar and every minute matters. I've used Net32 and it's honestly made a huge difference. Check them out at net32.com/the making of. And now let's get back to the show. Now, are you giving away a patient goodie bag to your new
We
patient?
are not. We're not. And the reason why is um one is cost, and two is the stuff that we used to give away, like the environment that we've created here and the experience that we've created in the chair. I just feel like it cheapens it when you hand them a plastic bag with, I don't know, a little toothpaste and toothbrush. And I mean, you can put other stuff in it like chapstick and things like that. But I don't know. It seems chintzy to me
Mm,
to do that. My hygienist agreed as well. We kind of did a little survey with amongst the team. They were like, "Yeah, this isn't kind of the place you want to walk out with a little plastic Colgate bag or something." So,
no, no.
um,
They have really, if you ever did want to start giving away bags, like we never gave away those really cheap plastic bags. But I did in the beginning, like Lululemon tote
yeah,
bags.
go bags, yeah.
Yeah, so we found a company. They're actually based out of Florida, and that's where I ordered, I think 200 really nice, high quality. It almost feels like vinyl bags, and we put our logos on it. And instead of a toothbrush and toothpaste, because I mean, our patients still ask, why don't you ever give us that stuff? I'm like, because we're dentistry differently. Because that shit gets thrown in the trash, honestly. They all
Yeah.
have their own toothbrushes, they all have the toothpaste that they like. And all of those sample sizes, that adds up really fast. It really does. Like, you don't think about that stuff. But we would put in, at least for the first 200 new patients, we had t shirts made with our branding, and I like hand tied the twill. Is it called twill? I don't know. Make it look fancy, like it was from Etsy. And we would
Okay.
put like, what else did we have? I made chapstick that had our logo on it as well. And patients thought that was super cool. And then we gave them an incentive too. We also said, like, if you are wearing this branded t-shirt on and you tag us on social media, then we'll put like something towards like a whitening in your account. Something like that. That you
No,
have to tag us.
that's a good
Yeah.
idea. Yeah. No, I
Yeah.
think that's a great idea. We're working on the t-shirt side of things, and we started having some like stickers made because you know how we're getting ready to get in the process of like drop-offs, like little like either Panera Bread or donut, like some of
Yeah.
the custom donut shops where you just go around to like the different businesses in your area and drop stuff off. But
Nice.
if you don't have a way of labeling it or branding it, so we have some big stickers being made so that when those things get put in their break room, like people know where it came from.
Okay, now I'm really curious. What are you dropping off at these local businesses?
Usually just boxes of pastries, just something that's not too like specific, but it provides some variety.
Are
Yeah.
you dropping off any brochures or pamphlets talking about you or your membership plan or anything like that?
We just don't have those made yet. But yeah, we're gonna do like a trifold with the procedures that we do,
Nice.
with some befores and afters, some information about the practice, you know, why is it called Evelina, a little bit about me, some pictures of the building. We just haven't had our content sessions yet. So we're a couple weeks away from having our content session with Studio 88. And then I have another content creator coming out and doing some other stuff the week after. So once we have all of that, it's just hard right now because we don't have, you know, when you want to share as much as you can and we don't have the photos and you want the photos to be as high quality as they possibly can.
Yeah.
I just don't like to rush into stuff if it's not how I want it to be because I don't feel good about handing it out.
Yeah. No.
Even t-shirts, the t-shirts that we're having made, like I don't want some heavy cardboard t-shirt
No.
with the print on it being like chalky or the kind like after a few washes it starts to flake off.
Yeah.
So like the t-shirt company that you're using, like I had them send me a bunch of t-shirts. I had to know what the fit was, what the sizes were like, what the quality of the print was. Could they match my Pantone color for the yellow on the logo? Because that's another thing out there. There's a bunch of different kind of like yellow isn't just yellow. It's got to be your yellow, right?
I love that you just dropped Pantone color. Like, dang, Rich knows what's up. I love it. Wait, okay, so let's back up. What company did you find for your shirts then? Or have you found a company?
It's a marketer that we've used to do print for us in the past, and they work with somebody that does t-shirts. And
Gotcha.
so, yeah, they're just kind of like the go-between.
Gotcha. Okay. So those are still in progress then, the shirts.
Yeah, yeah. And I would love to do like actual like Yetis, but because I feel like the knockoffs, you can't really tell the difference, especially in the lids. But I've had trouble finding, they're not cheap, that's for sure.
No,
It's
they are
not like you
not.
get a bunch of them. So they would be like probably for other business owners or people that were integral in the planning of this project. I'll give them to. But I think the laser etching works better than the printing on those just because they hold up forever.
Gotcha. Um,
Where's
I
your
know
guys on
it's
that?
I heard on a podcast once, they were talking about Yetis. And when you're on the Yeti site, I think you can print multiple like logos. So they actually said if you really want something to make a splash and you're like delivering it to small businesses, have your logo, but on the other side, have their logo. So they're actually using it and they see it every day and they'll keep it on their counters, and always think about Evelina Smiles. So I thought that was really creative. But then you have to
Yeah. I mean,
get,
that's awesome, but it usually costs about 50 to 100 bucks to digitize a logo.
oh, yeah, no,
I
that's
just feel like that'd be,
a lot of money.
yeah,
Maybe just for your like really high referral businesses down the line, make something
yeah,
special for them. Yeah.
yeah. I don't know
Awesome.
if you heard the pod. I mean, we're going way off track here, but
That's what we're good at.
I, I was listening to a podcast that had the new CEO of Clary, um, which was Clear or used to be Membercy as well. They've changed their name a bunch of times. But he was talking about eventually these in-office being able to market your in-office membership plan to businesses for them to offer that as their uh, dental plan for
Yeah.
their employees, kind
Yes.
of a B2B instead of
I love
uh,
that.
B2C. Yeah, I'm curious to see how that goes because I think a lot of our patients through conversation, a lot of them realize that their dental insurance really never pays for anything.
Anything.
Um,
Yeah.
I mean, we still have our patients that don't want to do anything unless insurance covers it and requires
Oh,
a much longer conversation. But I feel like more than ever, a lot of our patients also realize that uh, unless their insurance through their work is like super cheap,
mhm.
um, it really doesn't do anything for them.
No, if you can find that podcast episode and forward it to me, I'd love to hear that episode because we were literally just talking about
It
it.
was actually a bulletproof
Oh,
podcast.
okay.
Yeah, with that guy. I just can't
Okay.
remember his name right now.
Okay, awesome. I will search for it. Yeah, it is such an ingenious idea to just go to these companies and say, instead of spending thousands of dollars on Delta Dental that doesn't cover much, like, why not use this? So
Yeah.
that's a great idea. Okay, so we talked about marketing, we talked about your new patient experience. Is there anything at the moment that you wanted to talk about, like that you're living in right now? Any questions, mistakes, anything you would have done differently now that you're open and you're working the flow?
Probably would have allocated more of my loan allowance to marketing. I don't know why that's always, it's so dumb. I don't know why that's always an afterthought for me, but not that I'm not still going to spend it, but that's a big part of getting going as a practice. I feel like so many people are hesitant to spend money on marketing, but you also don't want to throw it away. You want to know for sure how it's working. Like I wouldn't recommend just throwing money at everything. I would recommend doing one or two things max at a time and seeing how it does work and tracking it before you decide to either stick with it or drop it. But I wish I was more enthusiastic about getting my own content because I feel like I have a lot of ideas. It's just I get paralyzed by wanting it to be perfect,
Perfect. Yep.
or at the end of the day I'm just too tired to ask my team to like do stuff to come up with the ideas to then implement it. So and then once I have it, the most efficient way to get it out there to people with Google ad spend and Meta and setting all that up, just like people pay us to do what we're good at, I do think there's value in paying people that specialize in that stuff to
Yeah.
do what they're good at doing, as long as you're tracking the success of it. You don't just want to look cool and then not have anything come of it.
No,
So yeah, I think that's one thing that I think a lot of people just are hesitant to spend money, but the return on investment for a lot of that can be super high, and you have to be consistent with it. You can't just stop when you think you're busy enough,
yeah.
and and that's it. But when you're a startup, you got to get butts in the chairs,
Yeah.
and from those butts in the chairs, the best type of referral, as you know, is the in-house referral. And so, the more touch points you have with people, the higher the chances are that they're going to tell somebody else about their experience, which is awesome.
Yeah. Do you have or at least in your state, are there any restraints as to what a referral gift could look like for your patients? Because
Uh,
California is pretty strict about that.
yeah, not that I know of. I've never done something like that. I've never done a gift personally to in-house referrals. I think it's probably a good idea, but now that you mentioned that, I should probably look into that before we do something like that.
Yeah, just make sure You don't get into hot water for sure.
Yeah. Yeah. Another thing, when I did my first startup, I didn't do quite as many procedures as I do now. And so when you're doing your equipment and supplies purchasing and you're planning a practice, it's easy to not remember all the things.
Mhm. Yeah.
And now that we're in the flow of working, like making sure that you have some type of laser, making sure that you have all the little things that you need to go with an implant procedure or with an extraction procedure or with a full mouth smile makeover, like for the delivery, all the little things. Like I did a big delivery yesterday and realized that I like to use glycerin for the try-in just because it has some stickiness to it, but it's water based.
Mm-hmm.
And I realized I didn't have any, so I had to run to the pharmacy
Get
and
some KY.
yeah, grab a grab a bottle of it. So just little things like that, or having the right tip for something, because a lot of those things comes with tips that are so big that you need the tiny tips to control it the way that you want to. Or for my curing light, I didn't have a tack tip, and
Ah,
so what I did was I used some electrical tape and I used my rubber dam hole punch and
oh my
I made a
gosh.
little hole and then I put the electrical tape on top of the light. And so then that was my tack. I used two lights. That was my tack cure light. And then I had my regular curing light. So just stuff like that that you don't think of.
Well, I love that you are super quick on your feet and you just MacGyvered your way to a tactic here. Yeah. No, that's awesome. Well, would you say that now you're fully stocked? You got all the parts in play?
I think so, but there's still quite a few procedures that I offer to patients that we just haven't come through yet. So that's why it's important to look at the week ahead so that you can sit down with your assistant and go through and make sure you have everything.
Yeah. Yeah.
Luckily, shipping's so fast anymore these days that for the most part you can get stuff
Really
overnight.
fast. Where are you doing the majority of your ordering?
Through our dental supply company, which is Banco, but I never hesitate to look on Amazon as well.
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of the stuff that I used to get that had the dental tax on it, there's very
Yeah.
similar options on Amazon these days.
It's so crazy how expensive the dental tax is. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Have you already delegated like ordering to your assistant?
Yes and no. The our supply rep visits frequently,
Okay.
so we haven't
Of
had to
course
do
they
too much
do.
online. We haven't had to do too much online ordering yet because of the bulk of what we ordered from our original order for the being a startup. So we're not really to that point where we're consistently ordering every week.
Gotcha. Now you're already working, is it 4 days or are you working up to 4 days? Like,
Yeah, this is a knock I get sometimes, and I understand why as a business owner. Like I had said in past conversations with you, the business has to come first. However, the team has to come close second after that because I want to have good people and I want to build a good culture. So I didn't want to build a team of part-time employees, especially when you're trying to get people that need full-time jobs. So I
right.
didn't want them splitting their time between two different offices, multiple doctors. I wanted to build something with a foundational team. And so all of my team members are full-time. We work 4 days a week. Mondays and Wednesdays, we're seeing patients 8 to 4, and then Tuesdays and Thursdays, 9 to 5. And, I have had the conversation with them that we need to work efficiently. So if you're not seeing a patient, I told them I'm not going to make you clock out. I'm not going to do that because you're still here at work. You're not with your family. You're not doing something for yourself. So during the time you're here, you'll get paid, but we have to use the time wisely. So if you're not treating a patient, we have to be working on getting better in some way.
Mhm.
And sometimes that can be a challenge because I don't always have something that they're ready for them to be working on. But Wednesday afternoons from 2 to 4 is set aside for some type of training. Sometimes it splits the team up where part of them, like the admin team, are doing something for admin, the clinical side, is doing something for clinical, and that could mean me bringing in a rep. That could mean that the admin team's on a Zoom call with one of the companies we use so that we make sure we're using it to its fullest capabilities. That could mean troubleshooting something that we've had issues with as far as how we're using it. Um, a lot of different stuff there. And then I've encouraged them to make sure that they are trying to take their full lunch, because when you're only seeing a handful of patients a day and we're doing a morning huddle, there's really no reason why we need to be staying a long time after the last patient has gone. Just like, you got to be quick. Even though you have the time, that doesn't mean you're supposed to use all of that extra time. Like, if we allow an hour and a half for a new patient, then we need to make sure that we're doing everything within that hour and a half, that you know how to get your notes done shortly after, that you're relying on other team members to help you flip the room. We got to get in the habit of keeping our schedule, even though right now we have extra time. Because even with dentists, like, if you give me 2 hours to do an in-house crown, I'll get it done. If you give me 2.5, I might take longer and use all
Yep.
that time to do it,
Yep.
You kind of just fall back on whatever time you have. And I'm just trying to be real assertive and making sure that they understand we got to use our time wisely. So no one's abusing that, and they understand why. And that's the, I guess, give and take between me and them, letting them know that, hey, this is a full-time job, but at the same time, don't abuse it right now.
Right. And overall, how has the team been so far?
Great. Yeah. Everybody has super positive attitudes. Everybody's eager and willing to learn. I feel very fortunate with the team that I was able to hire for this first go.
Awesome. So you haven't fired anyone 1 month in?
No,
Not
no,
yet. Good for
no.
you. Rich, is there anything else you want to talk about in particular? Any questions you have for the audience?
I don't think so. I'm just so ready to have a full schedule.
Great.
And like this morning, I was in here, we had to have our CBCT inspected. And so I knew I had to be here. And instead of coming in on Sunday, like I had been, this is going to sound like real cheap, but this is what you do when you're starting a business. I'm the cleaning crew right now. I got some really cool vacuums and hardwood floor cleaners that I'm rocking right now. So I turn the music up real loud, and I go to town. The team helps me out by doing like all the trash and wiping down their rooms before they leave on Thursdays. But like floors and bathrooms, that's my jam right now. So,
Why is that not making it as a reel right now? There's your content. That's content gold right there, Rich.
well, who's gonna? It just feels silly. I don't know. I don't know.
I feel like you need to make an In My Fillings sequel.
No, I definitely don't need to do that. I definitely don't need to do that.
No.
If I had somebody just walking around filming stuff, I would probably play it up and have fun with it. But me just setting up a camera with my
Cameras.
phone, it just feels really weird to me.
Okay, well, it's so nice to catch up with you. I
Yeah.
can't wait to hear about just how the office is progressing. You're already killing it. You're already seeing so many new faces in the practice. One thing that you said that I think is so important, especially early on, is reserving that Wednesday 2 to 4 time slot to team training. Is that something that you are anticipating continuing even when you're getting super busy? Like, is that a promise to the team that you're always going
Yeah.
to put education at the forefront of what you do?
Yeah. That's something that we feel has a value to it.
Yeah.
In the future, it might not be every week, it might be every other week after, we add on other providers. But right now, especially in this phase, we think it's crucial.
Yeah. No, that's awesome. That is so. If you're listening to this and you're building out your team, you're building out your dream for your practice, make sure to carve out that team training because team, that's your biggest expense, but you can create the biggest ROI from them. Thanks so much, Rich, for hanging out on
Yeah.
on this beautiful Friday. Is it super hot where you're at?
Hot and sticky.
Humid,
Yeah.
hot and sticky. Oh
Yeah.
my gosh. So the next time we chat, hopefully it won't be too long in between, but I want to pick your brain about just how things are continuing to progress. And then also, I'm pretty sure you're going to be gearing up towards some kind of grand opening in the fall or pretty
Yeah.
soon. And I
Yeah.
want to hear about your content day with Studio 88. And you said another creator is going to come and film some content for you.
Yeah, yeah. It's somebody that some colleagues that I know out west have used, and I just like his videos and what I've seen him do. So we're gonna roll with it and give it a shot.
Awesome. Stay tuned, guys. Yeah, this is all unfolding in real time, as you know. So make sure to subscribe, share this with your friends, anyone who's interested in building the practice of their dreams. And then, of course, reach out to Rich. I'm sure he always likes when you slide into his DMs, Rich. All right. Take care, guys. We'll catch you on the next episode of The Making of Evelina Smiles. Take care. Bye.